Hey, what's up? It's Clayton. And in this short video, I'm gonna explain and go into a little bit more depth a quote that I had on my Instagram that somebody asked me to dive into and extrapolate on a bit. First, if you're not following my Instagram, I'm putting the link in the description. I put quotes up there. I do like small video clips as well around personal development, dating, relationships, coaching. So make sure to check that out if you have not already. So the quote that I was asked to expand on is one that it's a very simple quote, and it's you become what you give. You become what you give. When I first wrote that one down, it just felt inherently true to me, and there was kind of a simplified explanation that I had of it, but I understand that it can be confusing too, because some folks that have saw that quote might think like, well, look, I give so much in relationships. I'm giving love constantly in relationships, but I'm not receiving it back. So, I'm not feeling loved. I'm not feeling the love within me. And I have an answer to that. So I'm going to expand on this quote, you become what you give. So in order for us to give anything, and by the way, this is not the truth. This is just my opinion. This is my perspective. Feel free to challenge it below. But in order for one to give anything, there's some sense of being it or having it within us first in order to give it. And another way of saying that too is in order to give something, we actually have to create it within us first. We have to create it within us first, and then we have to give it. So if one wants to feel love, practice giving love. If one wants to feel appreciated, practice creating appreciation within you for something or someone that you see and giving appreciation to that person or thing. If someone wants to feel trusted, create faith within you and trust the situation or whomever it is, and you might find that you end up trusting yourself because you've generated that trust first, where it starts with you. So now let's just take that concept and let's map it over to one of the inquiries around this. Like, well, if you're giving so much in relationship but I'm not feeling the love, what's going on there? And I would actually say we're going to expand the quote a little bit farther, and we'll say you actually become what's behind what you give. You become what's behind what you give. So many times we think that we're giving love to someone. Many times we think we might be giving trust to someone, but what we're really giving is an indebtedness. What we're really giving is a fear, a lack of love, a fear that the person might leave or do something that we won't like. And so we will give from the energy of feeling lack, or we'll give from the energy of feeling fear. We'll give from the energy of feeling suspicious rather than trust. And we end up creating that actually in our worlds. So I believe it's incredibly important for us to get really deep into the intention of why we're giving anything, because ultimately, whatever the intention is in which that giving is occurring from is what we cultivate as an experience of ourselves within us. So if you're giving judgment to other people, if you have criticisms about how people are moving through the world, if you have a scarcity mindset and you're trying to give on top of that what looks like love, and you're wondering why you continually feel lack or empty, it's because you're giving from that place of lack that's ultimately being created and cultivated within you. So here's another example that I find just in my life as a coach when I work with people. When people commit to coaching, there's a number of ways they can do it, two in particular that I pay really close attention to. Sometimes people will try to commit to coaching from a place of fear. They'll commit from a place of feeling like, God, I'm afraid of what might happen if I don't do this. Now, that actually just creates more fear, and it also positions me as someone who's going to save them, and it disempowers them in the process. I'm not interested in clients who commit to working with me because they're afraid of what might not happen. I'm interested in clients who commit to working with me because they're committed to falling in love with what could happen and what will happen. And the relationship that we create through coaching the foundation of that relationship is the intention by which you enter that relationship. And so when they're committed from a place of love, when they're committed from a place of having faith in what they can create and what they're capable of, that creates a trajectory for the coaching that goes to a completely different place than if they're committing to coaching because they're afraid of what might not happen. The interesting thing about that, and the reason I bring it up, is because this also translates to normal relationship. How you enter in a relationship and your intention for entering in that relationship shifts the trajectory of that relationship. So the invitation in this video, just to bring it full circle, you become what you give. Pay close attention to the energy behind why you're giving, because that is ultimately what you are creating within you. So make a practice of giving from love, giving from creating faith, giving from respect. And those are the things that you will end up experiencing about you and with you as an offering to the world, to the people that you get into relationship with. My name's Clayton Olson. If you'd like to explore a dialogue with me and talk about how coaching might impact your life and take you to where you ultimately want to go, feel free to shoot me an email. Click the link below. You can also go to my website, check out some of the work that I've done with people. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you in the future.